Maybe I was 11 when my mother started an ironical conversation at the breakfast table. Just thinking of your friend Kishore. He is smart, energetic and dynamic. I perceived a sarcasm in my mother's tone and immediately replied back, "Don't compare me with anyone." I heard it. Interestingly, on the same day at school, teacher picked up the student who is sitting beside me to follow up on his homework. As usual, he cut a sorry face. The teacher shot back, "I wish you were like Ananda, prompt and perfect." This is again comparison, but I like this comparison. In fact, I loved it. Good afternoon, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. With that paradoxical liking, I began to read my friends. One of my best friends, Babu, was beyond my study. He was amusingly too talkative that flocked everyone towards him, especially girls. I urged to deep dive into the technique and I insisted him to reveal the cover skill. He said, "I don't do anything special. I talk and act the way I would like to be. But my keen follow brought me a fruitful thing." Though I couldn't get all the nuances of the techniques, I am able to learn a lot of things from it. Don't imagine more friends, it's not about learning. He is not the only source of my learning, but almost everyone I met in my life. I strongly believe that the very first influence in our life is our mother. I am not only influenced, but amazed, inspired, and learned a lot from her. The very first learning of multitasking is from her, much before IT could educate me on that term. We are a big family. I have 5 siblings. My mother also was working as a teacher. So before 8 o'clock in the morning, we all had to rush out for either school or college or work. She managed to prepare coffee, breakfast, lunch boxes for all of us, and not to mention the critical part of clearing up the mess of all these tasks. I can proudly say I learned time management through her. The seed of craving to learn from others sprouted inside me. I kept my senses wide open to observe, study, and discover new things from the people I encountered. Some months back, I went to a nearby grocery shop, picked some items, and waiting in a queue for bill. A lady was standing just before me. She gave her items to bill. The boy at the counter, after billing, stuffed those items into a plastic carry bag. She stopped him and gave a jute bag. The boy said, "We don't charge for carry bags, ma'am." She politely replied, "That is not my concern, my boy. At least I can reduce usage of one plastic bag. You can fill it in that jute bag." On watching this, I determined to follow the act. From that day onwards, whenever I go to shop, I don't expect a carry bag. Instead, I carry a bag. That one little learning not only helped me, but also I too contribute something to the world, to the environment. What I praise, what I appreciate, and what I get inspired of, I will definitely strive to follow. Of course, I can appreciate a person who jumps from 20 feet, but I can't do the same. What I am trying to explain is, the ones which are very much possible to my abilities, I will do it for sure. I was working in Chennai for a few years. So one of my roommates used to wake up early in the morning on Sundays and leaves room by 7:30. I asked him, where was he going? With a curiosity to listen some romantic tales. But he said he's going to Padma Sheshadri school to teach children there. I was clueless. Students on Sundays. I wanted to unlock the mystery. The next Sunday, I accompanied him. We went there around 8:30, passed through the gate, crossed rows of classrooms, and reached the auditorium. Inside the auditorium, the sight I have seen was incredibly touching. Around 50 visually impaired students were sitting there. They were from various schools and colleges. A chunk of volunteers were helping them by reading or typing or recording their lessons. I was moved very much. Instantly, I volunteered to read a lesson for an 8th standard student. I felt a heap of satisfaction on that day when I hit the bed. Even now, when I go to Chennai, and if it is on Sunday, I never miss to go to Padma Sheshadri school. I learned to help without expectation. I learned to admire. I learned to appreciate, and I learned to volunteer. Research says 70% of our life is influenced by others. Children have been never, ever listened to their elders, but they never fail to imitate them. As we grow, this influence circle expands. We observe the people around us and try to behave like them. But not all who we encounter are influenced or inspired or leave an impact in our life. It depends upon our preference and our attitude. The beauty of wanting to learn from others is you will remain open and willing to learn. That in turn draws others towards you. There is also open up many doors and experiences. As well as learning from others, you will often find yourself also in demand for people who want to learn from you. So the impact of learning from others is enormous compared to any other learning from other sources. But many a times, our ego or envy brings reluctance to take or ignore the learning. We feel it is somehow demeaning. Why can't we learn from others when we get so many benefits with zero cost? There is at least one learning from every single person. We can't deny that. Even if it is you're not learning something good, you will learn how not to live, how not to behave like that. Learning from others helps to grow emotionally, helps to making our mistakes, and can help with our own decision making. Make learning inspirational enough for us to dream more, learn more, do more, and be more. Lead from within. There is a magnet in your heart that attracts growth. Allow the magnet to focus on you, to learn from others, and lead you deeper into inner growth. Over to you.